So have you ever taken a look at your life and wondered, am I settling for less? Hey guys, my name is Annisha and I'm the host of the podcast 5 Years to 40, a community dedicated to helping millennials overcome the fear of getting older. We keep our conversations around 4 pillar topics. We talk about health, relationships, finances, and careers. And all the information we share is to provide inspiration so we can have a fascinating life. So today we're going to be talking about settling for less out of comfort. We're going to get into why we tend to do it and 3 ways we can help ourselves to ease out of settling and to learn to embrace more and expect more for ourselves. So let's look at why we tend to settle for less. It turns out the main reason we tend to settle is because of a lack of trust and an overall feeling of fear to try something new. But when it comes to settling out of fear, the person we have the trust issue with is actually ourselves. For example, we may know that we need to change a job or change a relationship. We know we're completely capable of applying for a better job, a better position, and being successful. We know that we're completely capable of leading a beautiful, thriving relationship, but we just kind of settle with what we're familiar with and what we're accustomed to because we don't trust ourselves to be. I feel like it's time for we to stop all that. So let's look at some 3 ways that we could help ourselves to move past fear and to stop settling for a life that is less than we deserve. Now, the first thing we could do is to be more self-aware. I wish I could tell you that, feeling the fear moving forward is easy to do, but it becomes easier when you are more aware of yourself. And that's because with self-awareness, you don't just understand that you're feeling fear and moving forward. You understand why you're feeling fearful and what you're feeling fearful of. Self-awareness is doing the deep work, like figuring out what is holding me back. Why am I feeling this stuckness? Why do I don't want to try a new relationship? Why do I don't want to invest in something with somebody else? Why am I not making strides to use my skills and my abilities and my talents? Why am I not trying to reach out and have a better relationship with my parents or my peers or my friends? What's going on here? And when you start asking these big, bold questions, you find that you're able to unearth things that you just didn't even realize were impacting you. Maybe you were rejected by the last person you had a relationship with, and that is keeping you from pursuing an open, happy relationship with somebody that you're interested in now. So you kind of shut down everybody and I'm not going to bother with anything else because the last person you dated was reckless with your heart. But until you take the time to become more aware, you might oh, this is what this is. And that doesn't mean that this person will be as bad as that person. And I don't have to have a blanket statement for it. A great way to become self-awareness is to journal. I talk about journaling all the time because I really do believe it helps. And if you are interested in journaling, look at the description. I've left the link to a beautiful journal on Amazon that you can purchase, and you can start journaling for joy and gratitude, and you'll be amazed at how much this helps you to become more self-aware and be less resistant to just settling out of fear. The second great way you can help yourself to stop settling out of fear or just settling for a life that you don't, that's less than you deserve, is to recognize your courage and acknowledge it and use it. Simply defined, courage is doing something that frightens you. So you might think, what am I frightened of? I'm not that brave. Well, hold up. You don't have to be. See, brave is different. Bravery is different. There's a lot of brave people in the world. They're the ones who are driving race cars and running into burning buildings, and they're the ones jumping out of airplanes because they're brave. And I know that sometimes that takes a lot from us, and quite frankly, maybe we're not all brave, but we are certainly all courageous. We can move forward even though something gives us the feeling of fear. We can still take it in baby steps and move forward. If you are willing to move past settling for a life that you don't deserve, it would mean taking on changes. And change, no matter what type of change, especially in changing the areas that we talk about, like relationships and careers and finances and health, those are big areas. Those are heavy areas. So if you're going to be making changes in those areas, you're certainly going to need some courage, okay? Think about it. If you're moving yourself out of a relationship that you've been in for 10 years, that ain't going nowhere, you're engaged for 7.5 years, you're waiting on whatever, that will take some courage. But you can do it. If you're trying to help yourself to move past financial insecurity or personal insecurity, or get back in the gym, or get the body that you really want, get that body that you really want, it's going to take some courage, but you can absolutely do it. So I want you to challenge yourself, to call forth your courage, and to go ahead and stop settling for life that's less than what you know you deserve. Okay, and the third and final way you could stop settling for life you don't deserve is to forgive. Y'all know I talk about forgiveness a lot on this channel, because forgiveness, I always say, is fast freedom. You want to learn to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for a relationship you may have been in. We just talked about the courage you don't need to move out of it. But forgive yourself for have been in that. Forgive yourself for not pursuing a job that lights you up. Forgive yourself for staying in a job that makes you feel like what. Forgive yourself for not having a better relationship with your mom, with your friends, with your peers. Just forgive yourself for all the things that you know that you want to make a change in, a courageous change in, and move past it. The reason why I always talk about forgiveness, and in this instance, in terms of helping you to not settle for a life that is less than you deserve, forgiveness absolves a lot of the shame and guilt that comes with us not doing things. So sometimes when we don't do the things that we know that we need to do, we kind of stay stunted, and then we start thinking, Lord, I should have done that, Lord, I should have sent out that application, Lord, I should have spoken up in that meeting, Lord, I should have done something for my mother, Lord, I should have reached out to this person, Lord, I should have left this shepherd man a long time ago. You're thinking all those things, and those start building up feelings of shame and guilt and resentment. And the thing about shame and guilt and resentment, they are very disempowering. Like, they will shut down all your reasoning facilities, like things that you could see a problem and solve it easily. But when you come at it feeling a sense of shame and guilt, it kind of disempowers you. Like something that you could just simply figure out, you can't, because you have this whole cloud of shame over you. That's why it's really important to forgive and clear that up. And then when you're done forgiving, like, you have all this space and energy and emotional capacity to do things, and then you don't have to stay stuck in something that you don't want to be, and a part of your life that you don't want to be in anymore. You can move past and stop settling for less than you deserve, because we're big people. We should be living the kind of life that we really truly want to live. Okay, sis? Now, I know that's some heavy work. So to help you, I've put together a list of 5 affirmations that you can use to help you with forgiving things from the past. And if you want it, all you need to do is to click in the link below, and I will send that off to your email, and you'll be having it, and you can download it or have it in your journal and use it to help you forgive yourself and forgive others as you move past. Okay, so that's something that I'm sending you with love for free. Just click the link and you'll be able to get it. And that's it. So just to recap, remember that settling out of fear, settling for less than we deserve, is something that we all do. This is a community. We all have these experiences that we go through these things. And the point is to not let fear or overwhelm stop us from moving forward. So if you find that settling for less than you deserve is something that you do, honor yourself by recognizing it, honor yourself by forgiving, and the next thing is to move forward so you can have the brilliant, fascinating life that we're always talking about on this channel. And remember, to do that, the 3 ways that we're advocating for is for you to call on your courage, to become self-aware, ask yourself those big questions, and to forgive yourself for any way that you may have for anything that you may have, allowed to continue in your life. Okay, so remember to head over to the description so you can grab the affirmations for forgiveness that I'll be sending over to you. I love to see the changes that you're making in your life. I love to see the fascinating life that you're leading. Remember to follow me on Instagram so I can follow you and keep up with all the fascinating, fabulous things that you're doing in your life right now. And I love you guys for looking at this. I thank you for subscribing. I thank you for sharing. I thank you for commenting. And we'll catch up next week. We will link up next week. But in the meantime, guys, remember to keep doing the most. Bye. Mwah.